Winter training is going well and the race season is rapidly approaching, and it's almost time to pin a number on. Pre-season is one of the most nerve-wracking yet exciting times of the year. You're constantly questioning if the training that you've done is enough and whether you'll stack up against other races. However, pre-season isn't all about the training. In fact, it's a time of year where you can arguably mess up most things. When I raced professionally, pre-season was always the time to add the final pieces to the jigsaw. So here are my top 5 tips you should get dialed before your first race. 1. The bike. Now this sounds obvious, but making sure that your bike is in full working order is not to be sniffed at. If you're lucky enough to have both a training and a race bike, then this may not be a big issue, but still hear me out. If you put the race bike in the garage as soon as winter came about, it might be worth getting it serviced and checking it over for any problems. How many times have we pulled our bike out from hibernation to find that it needs a new chain or has a flat tire? If you've been riding the same bike that you'll race on throughout the winter period, then it's definitely going to need some TLC. Changing the tires or the chain are an absolute minimum, and checking all the bearings and the group set is definitely recommended. You could be faster than Adam Yates, but if your bike doesn't work, then it's worth nothing. 2. Do not panic train. Panic training is the worst thing any athlete can do. I've been there. Maybe you've missed a week of training due to sickness or because of a busy period of work. Trying to make that up for a missed week will only lead you to becoming burnt out and even less fit. If you miss training, be sure to gradually rebuild into race fitness. For sure, maybe you won't be on top form for the first race, but the season is very long and sometimes it can be a blessing in disguise that you peak later on than other riders. 3. Get your nutrition in order. Nutrition is where a lot of amateur cyclists leave the most on the table. I've lost count how many times I've seen riders nailing their training, getting enough sleep and sacrificing countless other things only to feel poorly for a race. The current research shows that you should be aiming for at least 80 grams of carbohydrates per hour when you're racing. And this can be raised even to 120 grams if you train your gut, like Matthew van der Poel in the Tour de Flanders. Considering that a banana is 20 grams of carb, I don't expect you to be eating 4 per hour in every race. Instead, you need to get clever. Using a mixture of race nutrition, such as energy gels and a carbohydrate mix, is usually what is advised for easy indigestion of these carbohydrates. Taking on this amount of carbohydrate for multiple hours in a row can place stress on your gut. So you need to try full race fueling in multiple sessions before the season starts. Remember, you want to use the exact products in training as you do in racing. Don't make that mistake. 4. Remember to rest. Resting is the key to racing well. It can be easy to overtrain, especially in the run up to a race season. But sometimes the best thing to do is let your foot off the gas and cruise into the season. Training hard adds stress to the body, and there is a fine line between being amazingly fit and dreadfully sick. You don't want to burn all your matches before you've even clipped into your first race. 5. Brush up on your skills. Racing isn't all about the legs. There are plenty of opportunity to use your bike handling skills to improve your race results. Whether that's cornering better, saving energy in the bunch, or getting used to racing in a pace line or an echelon at 100% effort for that race winning breakaway. If you've been on Swift or Winter or riding on your own, it can be worth getting out on a few club rides or chain gangs to make sure your bike handling is up to scratch. Remember, you're going to be riding close with other riders and that are going a lot faster than what you would on your own. You can even make a training session out of it on your own too. Finding a safe course that you know really well and practicing your cornering and the lines. Even better, do it with a friend and get a fresh pair of eyes on your handling and see if there's anywhere you can improve. So there you have it, Spoke's top 5 tips for nailing your pre-season. For sure, there are some that I will have missed. Let us know in the comment section below what you do before your first race of the year. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to this channel too.